Hello and welcome to our live video. So today I'm using UV DTF and DTF transfers from Ninja Transfers on Dollar Tree things. So I have a whole pile of Dollar Tree items on both sides of me. Literally just went to the Dollar Tree and just started picking things. And we'll just experiment. Will this work with DTF? Will this work with UV DTF? We're going to find out. So hopefully if you are tuning in live, please ask me any questions that you have in the live chat. I'm happy to answer those. And I'm going to kind of start with what is DTF and what is UVDTF. However, if you have a preference of which one we should start with, should we start with DTF on soft surfaces or should we start with UVDTF on hard surfaces? You can go ahead and kind of vote in the live chat and I'll kind of look as I'm talking and sum those up. And then we'll start with whichever one wins. I am going to try to make as many projects as I can in an hour. So let's get started. First of all, Ninja Transfers, I got both the DTF and the UV DTF from them. And they are a sponsor here on my YouTube channel. But as always, all projects' opinions are my own, that type of thing. Okay, so DTF, and I have a whole Christmas goose theme going on here because why not? DTF stands for direct to film. So it literally means that you are printing directly on a film. So DTF is made for soft surfaces and it does print white. So they are able to print in CMYK as well as white. And then there is basically white goes on the back and sort of an adhesive layer. And this adhesive layer is activated when you press it with heat. So for DTF transfers that go on soft surfaces, I have my heat press, I have some heat resistant tape in case we need it, some protective paper, a lint roller in case there's dog hair around here, scissors, and a measuring tape. Literally, that's all you need. So all I did was go to ninjatransfers.com. I uploaded my design. I resized it. I literally just did these random because I didn't know what I was going to put them on. So we'll cut them apart. We'll do some different things with them. And then they printed them and sent them to me. So the pressing part is the fun part with DTF, and that's what we're going to do today. So that's DTF. UV DTF, and this is the sheet I have of it. So I basically went on their website and kind of made a gang sheet with a bunch of different designs. Again, all Christmas goose designs here. And UV DTF is sort of like a really heavy duty sticker. So it is, again, I just went on the website. They call them perma stickers, and it's UV DTF, and it's printed again directly on film. And I'm going to cut one of these off. It is printed directly on film again, but when it gets to you, it has a backing and a front cover. Because this is applied sort of like you would vinyl with transfer tape, because it is a super sticky sticker. So what we're gonna do here is we're gonna peel back the backing, and the little geese are gonna stay on that front, and we're gonna apply them just like a sticker. So for these, you need hard surfaces because you need something for it to stick to, and it won't exactly bend or anything like that. So you need a hard surface to put it on. And Ninja Transfers actually sends you a little squeegee here that has felt on the sides. You'll need that. Again, a tape measure, maybe some scissors. Literally, that's all you need. And your hard surfaces over here. So the benefit of both of these, UV DTF and DTF, is I don't need any special coating. Nothing special needs to be on the blank for this to work. So I could get all these hard surfaces from the Dollar Tree. I could just shop the Dollar Tree for these soft surfaces. I didn't have to worry about the polyester content and all of that. I just walked through and picked items that I thought would work. So let's get started. Yes, so a gang sheet. I was experimenting a little bit with, you could do gang sheets on the DTF as well, but I was experimenting on different ways to order just so I know what the differences are. But a gang sheet, you can build it right on their website and you just upload a bunch of different designs and resize them. I I did these randomly. I didn't know what I was going to find at the Dollar Tree when I ordered these. So I did them randomly. I just have a bunch of random size designs. All right. Okay. So I saw someone vote UVDTF and someone vote soft surfaces. So I'm kind of stuck. Any more votes on which I should start with? So soft surfaces or hard surfaces, which should we start with? And I see tons of people tuning in from all across the world, really. So welcome. Another vote for hard surfaces. So another vote for UVDTF. So I'm thinking it's going to be the hard surfaces here. Yeah, so DTF or UVDTF will work with like any ping file. So I chose images from Creative Fabrica, but yes, you could upload, a photo or something like that. You can literally just upload whatever you wanted them to print from Ninja Transfers, and they would print it for you and send it to you. All right, so now I'm getting some more votes. 1, 2, 3, 4. It's like, I mean, seriously. Okay, I'm going to say like it's about even, and my heat press is heated up. So we're going to start with soft surfaces, but we're going to get to hard surfaces in just a minute. So I'm going to set the UV DTF to the side. So I'm going to kind of let you decide here. I'm going to do one project that I know I kind of want to do. And then you can kind of vote which one you want to see. So from the Dollar Tree, I picked up a kitchen towel and I picked up some placemats, and you can like, what would you like to see me put it on? I picked up a table runner, which I think I might actually make this. Actually, I don't know how I got 2 table runners, so I picked up 2 table runners apparently. And then I did pick up just like a stretched canvas. So we could also make like some kind of Christmas art. And then I picked up some ribbon, but I'm not sure if I printed anything small enough for the ribbon. And I did pick up some wood. However, I was going to paint this wood before I went live, and I did not do that. So it would be raw wood if we do that project. That was not the plan. So let's start with, and I'm going to use my Easy Press for all of these. I've used my Easy Press for DTF from Ninja Transfers before without issue. The only thing you might have to increase the time or the temperature from what's recommended. So they will send you like an instruction sheet with your order, and you might have to increase it some if you're using the Easy Press. That's the only thing I've found. So, all right. So I see a table runner, and like I feel like the table runner is a good idea. Okay. And this will fit. So we are going to do the table runner first. And if you saw anything else that you wanted to see me do, I'm happy to do another soft surface type of project. Okay, so I'm going to just pick one of these. I don't know why I picked up 2 table runners. All right, so I'm going to put this large transfer onto my table runner. And all I have down here is a heat resistant mat. Easy Press mat would probably work. I do like a firmer mat for projects like this. Personal preference, really. And I don't even know if I'm going to remove the tag here. Yeah, I may remove it just so I can spread it out a little bit. All right. So, and someone else said placemats. I do think the placemats would be cute too. Maybe we need to make matching placemats for my table runner. Okay. And this is a good example because this is going to be on white, and then we'll do a DTF on a color. So you can see that literally it doesn't matter what color your blank is either. So I'm just locating this on here. Now, you can pre-press. Ninja Transfer says that you don't have to, actually. Whoops. But I just like a good pre-press just to make sure it's not wrinkly, basically. But it does say in the instructions that you don't necessarily have to pre-press. So the firm heat resistant mat is from Artistry. I literally use it all the time. So That's my preference. You could probably use, there's like those wool pressing mats that are for like quilting and things. You could probably use that instead. The Easy Press mat, and my tape dispenser is very loud. The Easy Press mat is so soft and like spongy. I don't always like using it for projects. All right, so I'm going to put a couple pieces of heat resistant tape just to make sure this doesn't move on me. And then the order also came with this. It's just a piece of protective paper, and it's just going to protect my fabric, basically. All right, so I'm going to put that over this. Now, my Easy Press I have out is like the 9x9. This is a large transfer. It's okay. We can just sort of move this around and press it in sections. Not a big deal. And I'm going to try 320 for 15 seconds. I believe that's what I did last time when I used my Easy Press. And, okay, so does Ninja Transfers deliver to the UK? I am not sure. You can definitely check their website and see what it says. I'm not positive. I feel like I knew that answer at one time, and I'm not sure now. So I hate to say, but you can definitely check their website and see like their ship to locations. All right, so I'm just doing like the entire thing because my Easy Press is small, and we're gonna hope this works. And I'm just kind of pressing down like a medium pressure-ish. Should be fine. And this is just their regular DTF. They have a bunch of like specialty type of DTF, and those require different times and temperatures and might be different peel temperatures. So be sure, if you, especially if you order the specialty, that you double check the instructions. All right, so that's good. And this is like a warm peel, but somewhere I had my DTF cooling block out. So a DTF cooling block, I use this a lot, and it just helps to cool it down faster because I'm impatient. I'm going to be honest. And then the other thing you can do, it does not look like this one. I'm going to have a problem, but this is a very smooth fabric surface. If you had a surface that was rough or textured, like if I did those canvases, then I would probably use just like microfiber cloth, scrap piece of fabric, and sort of press the DTF into like any imperfections in the fabric or any fabric texture of the fabric. And that will help make sure it sticks, especially if it's a textured type of thing. And then you can just kind of take a peek in a few areas. Just going to make sure it's stuck. And everything looks really good. All right, so it looks really good. So I'm just going to peel this off. So cute. Okay, there we go. All right, now my DTF transfer is on there just that quickly. I am going to do a post press. So what your post press does is like helps get it down into the fabric. So again, I'm just going to cover this up. This does not have to be as long. So I'm going to say like about 5 seconds in each little location here. So I'm just going to keep moving it around. And so someone asked about would this be a good project to work for with kids? Anything that uses a heat press, I generally say like adults only. When we get to the UV DTF, you're kind of gonna have to decide on your own how patient your kids are going to be with it. It's not very forgiving as far as relocating. So it may be like they would be unhappy if they got it in the wrong location. So that would be the only thing I would say. All right, so there's after the post press. And I have a cute table runner. All I need to do is press the rest of the table runner, obviously, because it was in the packaging, but super cute and super quick. Yes, so the post pressing, I would highly recommend a post press for your DTF transfers. It just really helps get everything down and laying down onto the fabric. And I did want to show you, I chose this design, like see all those small little lines? Like they adhered perfectly. So that's what you're looking for. And the reason I really love DTF, because like weeding or cutting and weeding that with a Cricut would be crazy, right? So DTF is the answer for all of that. All right, so I'm going to make, let's see, I'm going to see, like, scroll back up and see if anyone else voted. All right, so I see someone that voted for placemat. So I'm going to do a placemat, and then we can switch to UV DTF for a while, and we can just switch back and forth. So table runner, done. I need a place to put these so we can have a count at the end. All right, so I was also very excited about these cute placemats. And I thought they would be very, very cute with one of my goose designs here on them. So what I thought about, I ordered this goose design, but I'm thinking I'm going to cut these apart and just sort of put them in the corner of the placemat. I thought that would be cute. So with these, you can trim them after you get them. So like maybe I ordered them for one thing and I decided like I want to use them for something else. Then I can just trim this guy away from the rest and just press him sort of in the corner of the, yeah, I love the plaid pattern of these. So the plaid table runner here, and I'm going to do it on the plaid. And this guy, of course, he's white because he's a goose. And so you can see that that is okay. So I don't have to worry about what the base colors are with DTF. So I'm just going to kind of locate him on the corner. And this time, it'll cover the whole thing at once. So it'll be a little bit easier. Yeah, so I generally I'm a plaid girl at the holidays. But I kind of want to change it up this year and do more like gingerbread type of stuff. So be on the lookout. I might be doing a live or something with some gingerbread because absolutely love me some gingerbread this year. All right. Now, just going to peel that up and done. Placemat done. Look, it's so cute. Like, and this placemat, I'm pretty sure it was $1.25. You know, like everything's not $1 anymore, but I'm pretty sure it's $1.25. Add a DTF transfer to it, and all of a sudden I have custom placemats for really cheap. Like this is super cute. Okay, so I'm gonna switch. I'm gonna put my DTF over here. We can switch back and forth a little bit, but let's talk UV DTF really quickly on some hard surfaces. So I'm going to put this back. So table runner and placemat so far. All right, so for hard surfaces, I have glass, ceramic, plastic, and then I do have a surface that I'm not sure, we'll wait for last. It's like a papery surface, and I'm not actually sure which one will work best. So we're going to do some experiments. And that, this is a DTF cooling block. So someone asked where I got this. This is from Amazon. It does not matter what brand you get. Search DTF cooling block. Sometimes it's called HTV cooling block, but all it is like a piece of marble, or I guess marble. But it just helps to pull the heat out a little bit faster. So because I'm impatient, I like to keep that on hand when I'm working with DTF. And that way I just don't have to wait for it to cool down. I think Ninja Transfers recommends a warm peel. So I just want to cool it down a little bit before I peel it back. All right, so, all right, so I have plastic ornaments. They're like these plastic, like treat containers. I also thought I could put something on this plastic bucket. And then I have a cup. I have like a vase centerpiece. I have a mug. And then I have a jar that I thought would be super cute for like putting gifts inside. So vote. Which one would you like to see me use next? And I'll kind of start. So when you order a gang sheet like this. So I ordered those other ones differently. I ordered those as prints just to see how they would come. But when you order a gang sheet like this, you will have to cut it apart when it comes to you. So they'll kind of all be together. And you might want to leave like a little spacing between the prints just so you have enough room to cut them apart. But the less spacing you leave, the cheaper it is per print. So I do like to fill them up as much as possible. And I will do things like these little guys. I just sort of like filled them in anywhere I could fill them in on my order. And I can use them for tons of different projects throughout the holiday season. And because if I'm ordering a gang sheet anyway, I'm going to fill it up. That's just the way I look at it. So I would encourage you to do the same. And that way, like per print, it is less expensive. All right. So I'm seeing coffee mugs. Some people say the jar, the glass. Yeah. So I like the idea of the jar because you can fill it with stuff. You could do like hot cocoa mix or candy or whatever. And then it is a gift idea, but it also is like part of the gift. I really love things that are gift wrap, but they're also part of the gift. Like that's my thing I'm always looking for. All right. So I have enough of this cut apart, I think. So let's do the large jar. All right, so I have the large jar here. I think I just lost the chat. So fun. Oh, it may have came back. I think it came back. Whew. Okay. I think I got it back. Okay. So this is the large jar. I'm going to do it because I have an idea here. So the jar is glass, but this lid is metal. Let's put UV DTF on both of the surfaces. That way we can test both of those, and you can find things at your dollar store that are metal or glass. All right, so I'm going to use these little guys. And I'm going to use 3 of these on the front. So I have 3 little Christmassy goose. I'm going to put those on the front. And then I can't decide if I want 3 or maybe just 1. Maybe just 1 on the top. Let's just do 1. So again, I could cut them apart and use just a single 1 on the top. Might be pretty cute. Okay. I am glad I am back. So it just all of a sudden was like, no. All right. So for UV DTF, first of all, whatever surface you're putting it on, you want it to be clean and dry. So I'm just going to kind of clean this jar off, and we're going to put the UV DTF on that. And then again, it's like a 2-piece situation here. So it's kind of like transfer tape is over the top. And it gets its name because they're printing directly on film, but a UV light is used to cure that ink. And then it's like usually ran through a laminator or something, and it is sticky and adhesive on the back. Now, these are extremely sticky, not just your regular sticker. So I went ahead and peeled it back, and now I have those guys just ready to place. So you do want to hopefully get it right the first time. It's difficult and sometimes impossible to relocate. So I am just usually very, very careful. And I'm going to kind of do it like a taco. So that middle guy goes down first. And I'm looking from the top. This one's not that bad as far as locating, but some of them can be tricky. And then I just have it down in the middle first, and then they send the scraper, and I'm going to go from the middle out to one side, preventing bubbles, the middle out to the other side. And then we're just going to rub across it really well, and then peel that transfer tape type of stuff back. And done. And you can see those super small little details with the little legs, and they all stuck on there perfectly. Now this is extremely permanent. However, I do not recommend that UV DTF be put in the dishwasher. It's just not, it's going to shorten the lifespan. So I would, if you're giving this to someone, give them care instructions that says, you know, hand wash only for the maximum life. Now, will it go through the dishwasher? If they were to put it through the dishwasher once, would it be okay? Probably. I just don't like to risk it, I guess. All right, so I'm going to do the same thing and put another guy on the top so that we can say that it works on metal as well as glass here. And this one's even easier because just one. And I'm done with this jar with a goose on the top as well as 3 across the side. And then I could fill this with a gift and give it to someone. So for the price of a Dollar Tree jar, I have a cute gift idea. So this is super cute. In love with this. All right. Yeah, so if you try to, like, if you're like, oh, that location's not right, and you try to lift it up and move it, a lot of times the sticker will tear. So it is best, it really is best to get it right the first time. But I have a few times successfully relocated things. So it's not like it could happen, but be careful. So while we're on the whole like gift idea train, so we have this guy. They also had these cute containers, and there were 4 in a package, and they're plastic. I'm going to just add, like, while I'm cutting this apart, I'm going to add one of these to these little containers and just sort of spruce this up a little bit. So it's just a plastic container, comes apart. You can fill it with whatever. It also has like an ornament thing at the top, so you could definitely add these to your tree if you wanted to. I thought they would just be cute, like little small gifts or classroom gifts, that type of thing. All right. Might have cut. So I feel like the smaller I cut these, the harder time I have peeling it back, but that was not too bad. And then I'll just locate it on here, press it down, and peel it back. And another little project, super cute. So another project done. Yeah, so these things definitely make something like plain and inexpensive cute in just a few minutes. So I'm going to do one more UV DTF project because I think this will fit on here perfectly, and I'm super excited about it. It will. Okay. So I was thinking with this glass piece here, I was thinking like a cute like Christmas centerpiece even. And this design fits on here literally almost perfectly. So we're going to try it. Now this is one that I would need to get as straight as possible. So what I'm going to do, if you don't have something that will hold your thing and keep it from rolling, you can use something like a couple of these scrapers on the side, and that way it holds it a little bit still for me so I can see it. And then I'm just going to peel this one back, and I may, a lot of times if the like transfer sheet is straight, it helps me get it straight when I'm locating it. So I'm just going to make sure my cuts are straight here. Yeah, so I feel like this is a great idea for those small gifts, teachers, bus drivers, neighbor gifts. I like all those small gifts that you need around the holidays. order some UV DTF, head to, your local dollar store or discount store and just pick up things that you can decorate with it. And I just think it's a fun idea and it makes it so much more personal. Now, will I be keeping the table runner and the placemats that I started at the beginning of this? Absolutely. But I did make some things for gifts as well. All right, so I usually like stand up and again, try to get it right the first time. And press out from the center. So center to one side, center to the other side. I did pretty good. All right, and then we'll just peel this back. And done. So we got these little guys on here, and I could continue around. So I could have ordered a longer piece, or I have another threesome of that. So I could continue around and make it all the way around as well. I need probably another one of these, so I may just leave it and make it look intentional. But this is a super cute project. Another example on glass. All right, so I thought we'd go back to and let's try some harder things. So those were easy, right? There were the table runner, the placemat, the glass items, super easy. But what if we wanted to go a little more difficult? Let's see. Let's see. So I have a couple of like Dollar Tree canvases. So this is going to be a project a little more difficult, but I've done it before. So we'll see if I can do it today. And use this one. Perfect. All right. So we're going to cut and it does not matter where you get your artist canvas from. This is one, I just wanted to get everything at the Dollar Tree for this project. So when you get these, so I have the ones, I like the ones that have the frame just better than the flat ones. I just think they look better. So you need something in here because we're going to be pressing from this side, and you need something for it to actually press up against. So what I'm going to do, a pressing pillow would work. I have this foam and it actually comes on a roll, and I can kind of cut it to fit in here. I thought I had some that actually fit in here, but I don't see it. So I'm just going to cut this so that it fits inside of here. And now when I press down, there will be something for me to press against. And I can even add a second piece of this. Let's add a couple more pieces of this to the mat. So now I know that this is a firm surface when I press on it, if that makes sense. And then just going to add, this is DTF. So this is the one we're going to apply with heat, and I went ahead and heated my heat press back up. All right, so just going to locate this. Seriously, so cute. And I'm going to tape it just a couple of places. When I'm taping these DTF prints, I'm using like 2 pieces of tape. I just don't want it to move. Not that it would, but just in case. Like it's like a just in case thing for me. And then I am going to cover it up. And what you do want to have handy is the rag. I talked about the rag a little bit on like a rough surface, to definitely use a rag to press down. So I am going to keep that handy because I think this will cover it all at one time. Yay. All right. So I just need 15 seconds and I'm going to press down here. So this canvas is going to be textured, right? So a canvas has like a textured surface on it. So we want to be sure that this print adheres all down into that texture. So what you can do is just literally scrap piece of fabric, just press and make sure that that print is getting down inside of all those little grooves. Just make sure that you get a really good adhesion. And if you start to lift this up and you're like, boy, that's not stuck right there, sometimes just rubbing over it will get it to stick down on these like rough surfaces. I really think this one is ready, but especially like the thin little lines in the Mary Goosemas, I'm going to make sure I go over those really well. All right, so now I can just peel this up. Oh my gosh, so cute. And everything is stuck so good. Okay, before I show you though, I'm going to do, remember, I like a post press. So I'm going to put this over this and just post press for like 10 seconds. Just make sure everything is down inside of all those little grooves. That should be fine. And then lift this up, and then I can remove that pressing pillow or whatever you used inside. I've seen people use books just to like have something, but look, I made some custom canvas art all within a couple minutes. Dollar Tree canvas, DTF print, and I have a super cute little canvas for my home for the holidays. Now, you can paint these before you were to press on them. However, I would be sure to paint, like, let it cure for like 72 hours before you apply heat to any kind of painted surface, just to make sure that your paint is fully cured and doesn't bubble up or anything like that. So now I have a cute canvas for my holiday craft, for my holiday decor, sorry. So another cute DTF project. The other thing, I was like sitting here and I'm like, I'm going to do this. So, I have put it on, like I put it on the plaid. I put DTF on that plaid, but I wanted to show like a darker fabric. So we have this red tea towel here. I'm trying to stack these all up so we can see all of them at the end here. So I have this cute tea towel, and it's super cute on its own, but it's going to be even better when it's personalized. So I want to order your exact gang sheet. That's super cute. All right, I don't have a way to do that, but I did link in the description below this video. You can click, if you're like watching on computer, you can click show more, or it might say more. If you're watching on mobile, you might have like a little arrow to swipe up. I did link to every single design that I used, and they're all from Creative Fabrica. All right, so I'm going to use this. I mean, he has a candy cane, and this is a candy cane tea towel. I'm pretty sure it was meant to be. All right. Okay, so let's talk about, someone said, I just wish I could do my own DTF instead of buying them. So let's talk about that just a minute. So to print your own DTF at home, you would need some type of DTF printer to be safe. And I like a DTF printer. If I'm going to use it at home, I would like something that is enclosed so that I don't get that powder all in the air, all over my house, in my lungs. And you do need to be careful when curing that powder, again, to keep it out of your lungs and everything. So I have reviewed the Xtool apparel printer. It's the one on the market right now that I would recommend, just because it is safe, but it is also expensive. So what I would say is that for now, if you're just using DTF and UV DTF prints for your crafts, ordering from Ninja Transfers is a much better investment for you, rather than ordering a very expensive printer that needs maintenance. I would probably start with ordering prints. And if you get to a point where you are doing a ton of projects and selling them or something like that, then I would say that my tape dispenser is totally messed up. Then I would say then I would look at ordering a printer. But until then, just from experience, there are a lot of work. There are a lot of maintenance and different things like that. You need to print quite a bit. So I don't recommend it right now unless you're going to be printing a lot. All right, so someone just asked if you can do on a terry cloth tea towel. So this is sort of a terry cloth surface. The pile, I guess is the word for it. It's not very high on this one, but I just sort of found my center. And what I recommend on terry cloth, regardless of what you're putting on it, is to find like which way it goes. So if I go up with this, I can see that it gets like little white areas and specks. So I'm going to push it all in the same direction. Whatever that direction is, like smooth it out and push like the entire like texture of the towel in the same direction. And then I'm going to add my little guy here. And I'm adding him to the center of one of the short sides. That's my preference, but you can add him wherever you would like. And then we're going to press him. And again, because this is a textured surface, I'm probably going to like rub it with my cloth again. Yeah, so the ones I'm using on fabric, you don't have to peel anything off the back. So they are printed directly on the film, and then there's a powder that is applied that's an adhesive, and then it's cured, and like it's not wet or anything. Nothing is on the back of here. And you can just add those to your fabric, and then you can without having to peel anything off the back, I guess. So there's nothing on the back of those. Yeah, so Ninja Transfers does ship really fast. So I've been super impressed with their shipping. The only times I've had them not ship fast is like a specialty order. So I ordered like glow in the dark. I have a video coming up on their Spangle DTF. So those specialty things did take longer, but still not, I mean, it was not too long. So highly recommend just ordering the transfers. So the website is ninjatransfers.com. And again, if you'll click show more or the description below the video, click more, show more. Sometimes it says, or sometimes it says, like if you're on mobile, there's an arrow. I do have links to purchase both DTF and UV DTF. All right, so my tea towel is done. There's my guy with his candy cane on the center of my tea towel. So I just think this makes it look so much cuter with just the addition of a small DTF print. And those small prints aren't going to cost you as much. So the larger the print, the more it is going to cost from Ninja Transfers. But the small prints, you can do a ton with them, and they don't cost as much, which is something that I like as well. All right, so I definitely want to try at least one more thing because I'm not sure which way to go. Okay, well, maybe two more things. Maybe two more. Okay, so the first experiment I have, this is a gift box, and it's like a paper. So I'm wondering if the UV DTF would work on this without tearing the box up. So, and yes, so as soon as I'm done pressing that, as soon as I've done the post press on that, I hope I did a post press on that tea towel. I was talking. As soon as I've done the post press on whatever I'm making, you can launder these. I do really like how well that DTF holds up in the laundry. It lasts a really long time. Plus, the way it wears is more like a screen print. So it sort of fades away instead of like cracking and different and peeling up like you get with HTV. DTF, I find, just sort of fades away like a screen print. So it becomes more of like a vintage look, which is super awesome. All right, so on this paper gift box, I'm going to try this, another row of these guys right here. So I was wondering if like on something like this, so it's just like a cardboard with a print. And I actually wondered like, would this mess the surface up? It was my question. So we're going to try it because why not try it live? Actually never tried it. So I'm just going to peel this back, and this is the UV DTF because this transfer, for lack of a better term, this transfer sheet that it is adhered to is sticky. So will it mess this box up? Let's find out. And then we can maybe try, if it does, we can try something else. Let's just see what happens. All right, so I'm gonna kind of put it in the corner. And I'm gonna do it just like I've done the others. And peel this back. It actually works so good. We will not need to try something else. It's so cute. Okay, so gift box from the Dollar Tree. And now I have a cute little design on it. It makes it extra special, and I can just put my gift inside. I did not see a post press on the tea towel. I'm going to post press it right now because now I'm nervous that I did not do it. And I feel like it makes it last longer. So I'm going to do it right now while you said that, because this is still heated up. We'll just do it for a few seconds. Do you ever need to wash the fabric first? I generally do not, and I've never had any issues. The only thing I will say, if you've ever had something that HTV just will not stick to from the store, some stores put like something on their clothes basically to make them look better in the store. And that can affect adhesion. So if you were really struggling, it could be some kind of something they put on in the store itself. So I would just, if you're having trouble, you might want to try that, but I generally do not. All right, so my next question was, so I have this, it's a bucket. It actually says Merry Christmas on this side, but I was like, what if I could put something on this side? But this is not, whereas all of these surfaces they're hard surfaces, but they're also rigid. This one, I can kind of bend it. So I was wondering if I could put something on here. And I started this 45 minutes ago, so technically I have 15 more minutes to do more projects. All right, and this will work. Okay, so I'm going to kind of trim some of this away to make this design work on the surface. And we are going to try to put this on here and then move it around and see how well this sticks, even though the surface might move a little bit. All right, so I'm going to put this on here. And then we'll just see if it kind of comes unstuck with a plastic that's a little bit flexible. So that was kind of my question. When I was picking things up, I was trying to get things that I knew would work and things that, I mean, quite frankly, I'm not sure. So like that gift box, I was like, I don't know if it will work or not. So we'll just see. So if you have any more questions, like I said, I have like 10, 15 minutes left in my challenge here. If you have any questions about DTF or UV DTF, feel free to ask them in the live chat, and I'm happy to answer them. And I'm just going to make a couple more things here. And I'm probably going to stand up for this one and make sure that I get it straight. All right, so, I mean, it's an experiment, but if I can make it where I can actually use it, it's even better. Okay. So, I think I got it pretty straight. All right. And I'm just going to use this from one side, then from the other. And I mean, I can tell right now that the only thing I'm going to have to like hold under here to press it down. So hopefully I get all of the areas pressed down well. Okay. So for wood, we can actually use the DTF. I do have, I mean, we can try it. I do have a piece of wood. I meant to paint it and I forgot, but we can just do it on the unfinished wood and see what happens. And this does not appear to be sticking as well as the others. And it's probably just, yeah. So it's just where this is not rigid. And so I'm gonna have to be careful that I've actually pressed all these pieces with my hand underneath here. So as I'm peeling, I'm just making sure I've pressed them. That's the only thing. It's hard to like get a firm surface under here. So yes, I thought on the cardboard, I thought I would have to use the DTF and press it. But then I was like, how am I going to press it? Because it's an already made box. So if I had like a paper gift bag, I would probably put DTF on it because it's a porous surface and I could press on paper or cardboard. But then once I bought the box, I was like, I don't know if this is a DTF or UV DTF type of situation. Could you press it and use DTF? Probably. You would probably do it similar to the way I did the canvas, where I put something inside to make sure I had a firm surface to press against. That's the only thing. Now this is working, but I am having to go slower than I did on like the glass, just because it was very hard to tell if I got everything pressed down with this. But it is working. I just need to go slower than I have in the past. But overall, this is super cute. So I do prefer, so someone asked about the Ninja Transfers app or desktop. I prefer desktop. They just sent me like an email about their app again, and I feel like I should try it, but I am a desktop girly. But they do have an app where you can order your transfers from an app. But like I said, I'm a desktop girl. I like my desktop for most of the things I do. So I feel like I'm still going to like it better, but I do think I need to try the app and just see how well I like it. But I have not tried yet because I don't like doing things on my phone like this. All right, this was a very big sheet of sticky transfer tape, but this is done and it worked. All right, so this on here, super cute. So now, like I can bend this, it's not coming up. So I do think even if your plastic is flexible, you're still going to be fine with the UV DTF. It did work fine. All right, so yes, I could have done that. I didn't see your comment until later. So when I put the UV DTF, I could have turned it over and like pressed with my scraper from this side. I could have done that. I wasn't thinking about that. All right, so let's try wood. I still have a few seconds. Let's try it. All right, so what I did was I picked up this wood piece. Again, it was from the Dollar Tree. It's $1.25. Again, if you were to paint something, I would definitely make sure that your paint is fully cured before attempting this. And I'm going to attempt, I'm going to attempt to add this. It's a little big, but maybe we'll just cut the feet off. Okay. I feel like we're going to try this and see. Like, if I mess it up, I mess it up. This is what this is for. It's experimenting. Yes, you can definitely clean something like that plastic first. I actually meant to I bought some alcohol wipes specifically for stuff like that, and I forgot them. So I could have gotten up and gotten them, but I was like, you know what? I'm just going to try it. But yes, you can clean with something like alcohol, definitely, for something like that. Just make sure it's clean and dry before you actually start the pressing process. Or I mean the application process. I'm about to press this, so that's where my mind's at. All right, so I'm going to, again, just tape this down. And this is raw wood. So the wood look might appear through some of this ink. The painted wood I find is a little better. We'll just see what happens. All right, so for wood, I like the DTF better. So I like heating it up and pressing, just because it gets more down into the fibers of the wood and doesn't sit on top. Now, can you use UV DTF on wood? Absolutely. So you can just do the stickers if you would like. But I do want to try this and just see if we can get this down on the wood really good. Trying to see if there's any more questions without removing my hands from this while I'm doing a medium pressure here. Hopefully I didn't move that. All right. Okay, so someone asked about DTF for something with a slight texture to it. So my example for that, probably this has a slight texture to it, but the best example is that canvas I made. So all I do is something that has a texture while it's hot, rub it with a microfiber cloth, scrap piece of fabric, just rub it really well to get it down into that texture. All right, so for this, the wood is going to hold the heat way longer than anything else I've pressed so far. So I've been pressing like on fabrics and different things like that. And generally they say like a warm peel. So it should be slightly cool. But this is going to really hold the heat. So I'm going to probably work on this longer than I would other things that I would press on, just to make sure that it's cool enough to peel back. So the wood itself will definitely hold the heat. And then like this mat might be hot. So something else I could do is like move the mat. And that way it's not adding to the heat. Oh, so right now this is DTF on wood. And the print was a little large. So there are a couple of little feet are hanging off the edge. And I'm just going to kind of use my scissors. And I was like, I'll have plenty of time to do this while the wood cools off. So I'm doing this after pressing. But I'm going to just kind of cut off their feet there. And then just make sure that that edge is pressed down well. And I'm going to cut off the feet on the other side. So probably if I was to order a DTF print specifically for this, I would size it better. But I'm going to use what I have and what I found at the Dollar Tree. So we're just going to go with that. All right. So for foam, that's going to be tricky. I would probably say the UV DTF. I wouldn't want to heat the foam. And it did work, like on this example, the UV DTF worked, even though that this kind of bends. So I do think that it would work on something like for the foam. And I got everything. So the UV DTF and the DTF transfers all came from Ninja Transfers. And all of the blanks I'm using today came from my local Dollar Tree. I literally just went on in there and was like, what could I potentially put this on? What might work? And just started picking things up. All right, so I feel like this is pretty cool. Again, wood is going to hold the heat way longer than anything else. So take your time. But DTF on wood. Oh my gosh, it's super cute. And I'm going to be careful because remember I cut these feet off, but super cute door hanger with DTF. I kind of like the unpainted wood, even though I forgot to paint it. It's super cute. So I probably would do quick post press. So like 4 or 5 seconds in each little area, just to make sure everything's stuck down. It gets all down inside of the like wood grain and the wood texture. Yeah, so the wood, everything was from the Dollar Tree, not the Dollar General. So the wood round included. I was kind of surprised that they had the larger wood rounds, but they did. All right, so done. Super cute. And we are right at an hour. So let's review everything that we made today. So I would say on this, someone asked if I was to hang this on a door, I would probably use, I have some right here. So I would use a UV resistant spray on it for anything you're going to put outside, because the UV light will destroy just about anything. So I would definitely put something UV resistant over anything you're going to put outside. All right. So and you can, I used my Cricut Easy Press today. You can use an iron with DTF transfers from Ninja Transfers. They have iron instructions right on their website for using just a standard household iron. Will you have to play around with it a little bit? Will the projects, like especially large projects, take you longer? Yes, but you can use an iron for those. All right, so what all did we make in 1 hour while I was talking? All right, so in 1 hour using DTF first. So for DTF that you would put on soft surfaces, I made a tea towel. I made a cute canvas for like a wall art thing. And then I made a, I made a table runner and my placemat fell down. And it made a cute placemat. And then we put DTF on wood for a door hanger. All right. And then also within this hour, we used UV DTF. So I used UV DTF on a jar for like put a gift in. I used it on this little gift container. I used it on a gift box. I used it on this piece of this glass vase for like a centerpiece. And I used it on this plastic bucket that could also be used like in decor or for a gift idea. So I feel like that's a lot of things in an hour. It was super fun. And I feel like this demonstrates just how easy both DTF and UV DTF are. And I was kind of trying to like arrange everything because this is a lot of things. But yes, so many cool things. And all I did was go on the Ninja Transfers website, pick some designs from Creative Fabrica, and order some DTF and UV DTF for the holidays. And then went to the Dollar Tree and just got all the blanks and was able to make some super cute things. So I would love to hear, like, first of all, what is your favorite thing I made? I'd love to hear what your favorite thing is. I would say that mine is probably I would say the less traditional thing. So using DTF on wood like this or on a canvas to make some art. But these placemats, you all, I feel like I need to go back and get even more of them. Like this is super cute. And I was going to say, I don't know if you've ever seen it, but you can like alter a placemat easily to make a pillow. So I could put a big design on this with DTF, and then you just cut a slit in it and stuff the inside with stuffing, sew the slit back up, and you could have like a custom pillow from the Dollar Tree as well with a custom DTF design. So I feel like I have so many ideas at this point, like so many ideas. So I hope that I gave you some ideas as well. And I see people say that they really liked the door sign. And yes, I would absolutely say, I'm glad someone asked. So I started this one because someone asked, what would I put on wood ornaments? Hands down, the DTF. So it really, I mean, you can't feel it, I know, but it just feels like it becomes part of the surface. So it almost looks painted on to wood without having to paint something. So I could not paint this successfully, but within a few minutes, I was able to press it with a DTF print and get that painted look on wood without needing to be an artist. So I really love DTF on wood. It's one of my favorite things to do. All right, so order yourself. Head to Ninja Transfers, order yourself some DTF or UV DTF or both, and then head to the Dollar Tree and use this video for some ideas. I'm sure you can come up with even more ideas. Once you're at the Dollar Tree, you're going to be like, I need to do even more things. All right. So if I am not live and you have any questions about DTF or UVDTF, feel free to ask those in the comment section below. And we have these lives every month, so don't miss out. I will email you or stay tuned on YouTube for the next live. I feel like I need to do another holiday live, so stay tuned because it might be coming. So thank you all for joining me.